Welcome to the episode number 12 of the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint with your host, Lolita Guarin. And let's talk about something that will help you a lot if you will be doing every day to help you with the burnout. And here is the deal. I don't think we're doing enough of that. And what do I mean? Are you ready to hear it? It's appreciating yourself and rewarding yourself and just counting your victories every single day. Because let me tell you, there's always something that you should be proud of at the end of the day. And I forgot who said, but um, it's extremely important at the end of the day before you go to sleep. When you think about your plans for tomorrow, for the future, you're visualizing all of your amazing goals that you're going to accomplish. It's very important also to acknowledge what you already did that day and celebrate it. Find at least three things before you fall asleep that you tell yourself that you did well. Even if, let's say, you had a very good, healthy lunch, that can count as well. Or let's say you took that nap, that I was telling you that you should be taking. Or maybe you did something, even small thing, that will be moving your path towards your goal. Even small step can make a huge difference compared to the day that you didn't do it, right? So if you are thinking now, well, I don't know, I don't really think I do that many things, and huh, that's just stupid if I'm going to put as an accomplishment eating healthy lunch. Let me tell you, small things adds up. And if you're not going to celebrate yourself, you will burn yourself, because what will happen is you constantly will have that feeling that you're running towards horizon. You're constantly running for the goal. You will have always this feeling of not arriving there and constantly going. At some point, you have to stop and realize where are you and compare yourself to yourself a week, a month, a year ago. And you have to celebrate every movement you make, because if you are not going to celebrate it and you are not going to give yourself a reward for you are right now, uh you will not have this feeling of satisfaction. You will be constantly like hungry and never full enough. So let's say you have a big goal, and it's extremely important to make it in smaller steps, so it looks like the goal is doable. And more than that, it will help you to track through the time that as long as needs to be done. So if you make one step a day, that will be awesome, but you need to celebrate it. And as you know, we love celebrating things and we love to be rewarded. That's how our brain keeps the bad habits. Because let's just be honest, we always do things that serves us, even if it's killing us. Yes, because everything that we do, it helps us to survive, so it is serving us. Even if when we put ourselves in a situation that is harming us, if we deep down believe that's serving us, we will keep ourselves in that situation. But let's just talk about the rewards now. um, if you at some point now thought that, oh, I don't think I want to celebrate something stupid like having healthy lunch, this means you have an issue with celebrating yourself. That's when you have an issue with acknowledging how good you are. That's not good. So I'm inviting you, think about what was your childhood like? Because why am I talking about the childhood? If you grew up in an environment where your parents were forming in that kind of state where you are not celebrated, and no matter what you did was good enough, you will be very hard on yourself as well. And if you're a perfectionist who think that, well, the medal will be given only to the best ones, uh, well, guess what? Other plenty people get medals as well. It is about how far you're going, or are you even going at all? But in everyday life, even small steps count. And if you're struggling with this kind of situation where you don't think you are worthy enough to have a goal, a reward, just tell yourself that you are doing the best you could. And by default, you already are worthy of a reward. I bet there is something that you're doing right now that you are not doing a month, a year, or 10 or 15 years ago. You are worthy of receiving a reward just out of pure doing. Because imagine what would happen to you if you would not be doing that. You will arrive nowhere. Okay, so let's just say you think I don't even have a goal. That's okay. Let's say you are a business owner or um, mother or father or someone who isn't an authority figure for somebody who looks at you. They think, okay, I need to pay attention. What are they saying? You see, if you will appreciate yourself and you give yourself a reward, you're showing the other people around you that they are worthy too. More than that, as you know, people love to be acknowledged and celebrated. So if you're an employee, I recommend you celebrating your colleagues. Be grateful every time when somebody does a good job. If you are an employer, I would recommend you to have a reward system for your employees. I remember I was working in the company a few years back, and they had a reward system. They will just every month, no, I think it was like every week, they will have a meeting, and you can submit recommendations for the acknowledgement for a reward. And so they will just print it out a piece of paper, will just have like a star, and it said the employee of the week or something like that. And you will print that person's name. So every week they will be giving this reward, which was only the piece of paper. Mind you, just the piece of paper that was printed out, but that name and giving that piece of paper to somebody in front of everybody and acknowledging their good job, it meant a lot to people, because a lot of times that we do something in our lives, it just looks like, well, I'm doing my job. Well, no, why would I need to be rewarded? But for doing the job well, for showing up, for spending your time and your energy, that's important. And I read there was research done that people who work in the companies where they have a great relationship with coworkers and they being appreciated, but they get paid less, will stay in that job much longer than the employees who are working in the company where they're getting more paid, but do not have good relationships with their coworkers and are not appreciated by their bosses. They will be leaving from those places faster, even if they will get paid more. So we all love appreciation. When you're doing something and somebody says thank you will be happy to do the same thing next time, right? So that's how you also need to look at yourself. You need to appreciate yourself and you need to be grateful to yourself as well. So I want to know, what is your reward? If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video and leave me a comment below and tell me, what is your favorite reward? How do you reward yourself for some good accomplishment, for something that you did today that probably you were not really proud of doing it, but you actually did it anyway, or you are like afraid of doing it, or you are not really doing it at all, but just thinking that maybe one day you'll do it. But anything that out of your ordinary, or just ordinary showing up there. I know I'm just talking a lot here, but you get the point, right? Like, there's something about you today that is worth celebrating, even if you don't think that way. Because I can guarantee you, the people around you that they see you every day, they can point many things about you that are worth celebrating, even if you don't think about yourself that way. So leave me a comment below, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.